Okay, I'm
Sometimes
ready
that's
to
all you
go.
need. Okay. Well, I just switched over live, so because we were just kind of hanging out for a little bit. So I'll give you the fake countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, we're
Hey,
live!
right,
Hey,
right.
hey, that was the 5-second courtesy countdown to compose yourself.
Wow.
Sorry about that. I jumped the gun without double checking. I'm gonna
Oh
call
my
your
god.
camera Gil.
Yeah, it's
So, welcome back, psychic unicorns, queer witches, and dice dragons, to another episode of ESP. Except this time, it's not ESP D&D. It's OG, old school ESP. No, don't look at my emails. Old school ESP, Aaron Spencer podcast. We're talking Anime Boston 2022. Also, happy Pride Month, y'all, and shout out to our newest patron, Amber Athist, aka Husky, aka Nick, who's going to be appearing in our upcoming Dungeons and Dragons: Rise of the Zentarum Reclamation campaign. So, hello, I see you. I see you in the chat, my friend. Welcome. I had a bunch of clutter, but I picked it up, so now there's an ATST and a beautiful Yuri on Ice bag that I just kind of set up with Jillian earlier. So,
looks
yeah,
beautiful. I love it.
with Beanie. All right, so I know you go by Beanie officially, so I'll just we'll segue back to you for our second Beanie, and then we'll start with me. So I'm Aaron, aka Essy, on the internet or the interwebs, wherever you can find internet media, and I am the owner, lead content creator, lots of fancy titles over at ESP and ESP D&D, and you can catch us here randomly sometimes doing podcasts, and other times every other Saturday we do our Heaven's Fire actual play live stream where we pull tarot cards that directly influence the D&D games. And by me, I mean all of you, because 850 channel points, cashing those in will allow you to pull a tarot card from the Adventurer's Tarot. I just pulled one from the top at random. The Sorcerer, nope, that's the Two of Fiends. The Two of Fiends looks a lot like the Sorcerer card. These are from our friends at Weirdworks LLC. It's a lot of fun. Come hang out with us, and then every other Monday, we are going to be doing, starting on July 25th, our Rise of the Zentarum Reclamation campaign. So stay tuned for that on our channel. Also, you can catch us on the YouTubes with all of our podcast and VOD content, in addition to all of the podcast versions of our live streamed actual play D&D games. So, BababaBeanie, give us a little introduction, tell us a little bit about yourself, and where the lovely people of the interwebs can find you and what you have going on over on your socials.
Well, I'm BababaBeanie, but no, I'm AfterDark Coffee Club. So you can find me AfterDark Coffee Club on Twitch, Instagram, Tumblr now. Is there more? Oh, and I have a TeePublic account now, so you can buy t-shirts from me that I designed myself with my 8-year-old tablet. And I stream usually on Fridays, but also just randomly throughout the week. Play a lot of League, play a lot of Phasmophobia, but I want to play other games too. All right, back to you.
I'm getting your Instagram, your socials. So who's your main on League?
My main on League is Lulu, of course. Hold
Okay.
on, I come with props.
Oh, okay.
We got
All right.
Lulu.
So
We got her.
I don't
She
know who
doesn't
that
have
is. I don't know who that is because I don't play League of Legends. I love the lore. I love the characters. I use the art as characters in most of my off-stream D&D games. And I loved Arcane, and Kate Vi is kind of like one of the things that I have with my girlfriend. We call each other Kate Vi. So tell us about Lulu, who's your main?
I mean, I've been playing League for 10 years.
Okay, well, they're adorable.
And this has been my girl.
Awesome.
For 10 years.
Love her.
All right. She's a support, and she turns things into squirrels. And if you get special skin, she turns things into other things. Like, I don't know, alien cats and fun stuff like that. And that was mostly what sold me on her, is that she turns people into stupid stuff and screams, "Delightify!" and stuff like that, so...
How hard did you geek out during Arcane? Or was it not for you? Maybe it wasn't for you. I loved it. But
I thought it was visually beautiful, but I
yes.
find the League lore, and don't hate me for this, I find the League lore to be insufferable and a soap opera at its finest. Like, if you play the game, okay, you would know. You
Yeah.
got fucking Yasuo and his brother Yone, and they've got like a Sasuke and Itachi type of situation going on where like Yasuo killed not Itachi. Well, he's basically Itachi, Yone, and they're the most frustrating characters in the game, by the way. I almost always ban them. And then you got like every character is related to every other character, and there's like 200 characters in the game.
I know there's a lot of characters.
There's just too many characters at this point, and they're all like, I'm a man with a big sword. And like occasionally you get a Lulu and you're like, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God there's a character that doesn't make me annoyed.
Big swords as seen on anime.
As seen as
seen on anime and in video games. AKA Berserk and Final Fantasy VII. Which are both excellent animes, by the way. I have a big sword tattooed on my arm from before I transitioned, but I still like the tattoo because there's life stream and flowers for Aerith, and it was my most femme tattoo, I think, on my body pre-transition, and it's still one of my favorite tattoos.
Hell yeah.
But speaking of big swords in anime, we're here to talk about Anime Boston 2022.
Hell yeah, Anime Boston.
So happy Pride Month again, everybody. Happy Pride Month.
Happy end of Pride Month. Hey, every month is Pride Month when you're gay.
Yeah, that's true. Pride never stops, and
I'm always up for whatever. You just call me up. I'll be there.
So
I'm just a little cave dwelling gremlin. Just call me up, and I just hello.
Have you ever done a League of Legends cosplay, by the way?
I have not. Okay, so I'm gonna out myself right now that I'm not that good at sewing. I'm good at sewing, but
I'm very good at sewing. I've seen your most recent project. Okay, so speaking of sewing and things,
they're too complicated. Like, there's just a lot going on with video game characters in general. They always have really complicated outfits. I'm like, I can't.
You know, I would love to cosplay Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail, but my favorite transformation that she does, the magical sword lesbian transformation, to the one with big wings, and she's got like 9 swords. I think it's called like the Sword Angel. I think it's just called Sword Angel, but I would have to triple check on that at 100% what it's called, because they all have very specific names, but I want to do that one. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have a crafty bone in my body. I don't know.
You get yourself a nice big sheet of craft foam. All right, you cut it into the shape that you need it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I use floppity floppity craft foam.
You don't use the EVA with a heat gun, because that's kind of what. Okay.
That terrifies me.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
terrifies
same.
Me and heat. I use a hot glue gun. Like, I'm married to my hot glue gun, but she hurts me all the time.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I never get out of a hot glue gun encounter unscathed. Can you imagine me with that heat?
The last time I used a hot glue gun was in high school.
On fire.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I did the same thing. I used it a lot in high school, and I also burned myself a lot in high school. And I was like, why would anybody want to use this thing? And then I stopped using it. I'm not gonna have any
fingertips. By the time I'm 40 or something, I won't have fingertips anymore.
Completely burned off. R.I.P. Beanie burned off her fingertips. But then you can. I
can commit so many crimes.
Yes.
Never leave a fingertip.
You can
fingerprint.
Yeah, you can.
They found a fingertip on the crimes. Ugh!
You can steal anime figurines to put around your apartment.
Exactly.
I have a bunch, but I haven't actually put them up. It's funny because I see people with the figurines that they buy at Anime Boston and other cons, and I don't know what I'm doing, which is kind of like my motto for life. So I just have them all in boxes, and I'm like, oh, you put them on display? And I'm like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, I don't know, I just keep them in boxes. But speaking of sewing, did you sew any of the 2 cosplays that you did at Anime Boston? Because they were lovely, delightful.
Of course. I sewed my Reen crop cosplay that only 5 people recognized at the entire convention. Y'all are sleeping on Fumetsu no Anate. Y'all are sleeping on it. It's such a good anime. The 2nd season's coming out in like October or something.
Oh, so
you gotta watch it.
It's current?
It's new. It's current.
All right. So for
and
those
people are sleeping on it.
So for those that don't know about it, tell us about what it's about and about the character that you cosplayed, because it was awesome. And I think it's on your Insta, right?
Yes, it is.
Which is in the chat. So go check out her Insta and you can see that cosplay. So who are they and what's the anime about?
Okay, so the anime is about a rock that turns into a wolf that turns into a dude. Okay. You're still with me.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah, it's wild.
And the character I cosplayed is the love interest to another character who wears a big lizard mask and breathes fire because his stomach is permanently full of alcohol. And also, he wears the mask because his face got smashed to itty bitty pieces.
Delightful.
And so he covers it with a giant mask. And he's shirtless and buff. And I was hoping to find a shirtless buff man at the convention to take pictures with innocently.
And by delightful, I mean horrifying, because it's a horrifying thing to do to a person, but the anime itself seems delightful.
It is
not that having to wear a mask because you have been savagely beaten is a good thing, but
it will make you cry. Yes. It will make you cry.
So is it serious or is it whimsy or is it a little bit of both?
Oh, it is very serious, but with a little touch of whimsy.
Okay.
And you will sob like every other episode.
Okay, well,
like ugly cry.
You just threw me for a loop because the way you were describing it at first, I'm like, okay, cool, delightful, whimsy, and then I said delightful twice without even thinking about it, and then as my brain was processing, man whose face was smashed in.
It's just because of my voice. I'm like, yeah, his face gets totally smashed to bits.
Okay, so it's dark.
Horrible things happen.
Okay, and what's the name of it one more time?
Fumetsu no Anatae. The English title is To Your Eternity. And it's on Crunchyroll and stuff. Like, you can find it. It's current. It's 2001 anime.
You know, I think I also just looked at your character when you showed me the character art, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be delightful and whimsy.
I know, because she's so cute.
Yeah. Wow, okay, so, yeah, apparently it's gritty and edgy. So go check it out with a little bit of whimsy.
Check it out.
So you were doing that cosplay and a Lolita, I believe.
I did a Lolita. Yeah, I did not sew the Lolita.
You didn't sew that one. Okay.
No, I'm not that talented.
Okay. I mean, the craftiest thing I ever did was my Bowsette cosplay, which I did not cosplay Anime Boston this year. I was, I'm pointing in the wrong direction. Attack on Titan. I was my own version of Hanji Zoe from Attack on Titan on Friday. On Saturday, I was Anka from Animal Crossing.
The pussy we all deserve and love.
And on Sunday, I just threw a quick Revy Two Hands together. And I realized I was at breakfast, and I'm like, all right, I need to take cosplay photos. So I took 2 selfies, never took cosplay photos, and then I realized I forgot to actually take cosplay photos of my Revy Two Hands cosplay. But next time. Lost opportunity. So you were... Say the character's name again, because it was long and complicated. On Friday and Saturday, I think, right?
On Friday and Saturday, it was Reen Crop.
Yep, okay. And then Sunday was the Lolita?
Yep, just the Lolita, right. No, not a character. And then everybody wanted my picture on Sunday. Not even a character.
Yeah, but you had such pretty Lolita style fashion on, so I can see why.
Really pretty dress.
Yeah, that was the day that Nelly broke her shoe, and I had to run up to the hotel room.
I remember that.
Yeah. Who was also ESP staff, technically, because we were having a buttload of technical difficulties at one point, and she was there 3 weeks in a row doing hardcore tech support, and she designed this overlay. It's just a rough draft, but she's making a much better, more intricate one that's up to her standards. I was just like, we're streaming on Monday! I need something now!
I'm streaming on Monday, and I need something now! Yes. Call JJ Wentworth!
Oh, I just took psychic damage from that. That's fantastic. All right. So I see a prompt in bold in our notes. One of them is, wow, what a segue. I can say English words. The other one is hard. Oh yeah, Hanji Zoe. Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
Hanji Zoe. You did a cosplay of Hanji Zoe, yes, and who's her voice actress?
I actually don't know off the top of my head. I'm so sorry, because now you're probably friends. But I met the voice actor for Annie Leonhardt, who is one of my personal favorite characters in Attack on Titan.
So, I got her mixed up immediately. The voice actor for Hanji Zoe.
I was like, I don't know her name off the top of my head.
Not that one. Another character.
We got to meet Lauren Landa. I got to meet Lauren Landa.
Yes,
and she was
so
delightful.
Exciting.
So hi Lauren, if you're here, you're watching this on the VOD squad. What's up? You're awesome. It's cool to hang out with you. So basically, so as press, you show up early. If you show up early, they let you in. If you show up with everybody else, they kind of throw you in and they're like, hey, go find a seat. But I happened to be there early, like 15 minutes early. So I got to meet, I think it was Chris. It was a Chris. I'm pretty sure it was Chris O'Donnell, the press manager, who was super cool. And I don't think I actually ever met anybody else from the press team. I think that was Chris O'Donnell. But while I was there talking to the staff members who were in that panel, who are awesome, by the way, the Anime Boston staff killed it this year. This was probably one of the smoothest years I've ever seen Anime Boston run. So kudos to y'all for a really smooth operation and a great operation, and it was a lot of fun, of course.
Yeah, it was great.
Singing its praises. But I was just kind of shooting the breeze, like our parents used to say, whatever, because I don't have an original bone in my body. And I was talking to Chris, and then I hear, hey, how's it going? And I turn around, I'm like, oh, hi, what's up? And it was just, and Laura and Landa walked in and just started up a conversation. So that was very cool. And talked about some questions, talked about how awesome her wings were. I literally just threw eyeliner on and mascara. So mine are bad right now, but hers were flawless. Like, let me tell you, girl, 100%.
She could cut a bit.
Yes, and I love your eyeshadow that you have on, by the way, Beanie.
Thank you.
Yes, it matches your hair, and it's delightful. It's like a little shimmer palette, beautiful. But yeah, Laura and Landa, wings that could cut, absolutely. And one of the questions, I think the first question that we asked from the community to Lauren was about our favorite ship, our new favorite ship in the community, McKenna. So I said, Lauren, we got to know what's going on with McKenna. Do you support it? Do you ship it? So, to her credit, she said that her first thought, of course, would be Bertolt x Annie. Which, okay, yeah, it makes sense. But, spoilers, if you haven't seen Attack on Titan, what are you doing with your life? Spoilers for AOT, Bertolt, yeah, is no longer in the picture. So that being said, she gave her blessing to the McKenna ship. So, a queer babies rejoice. My community
gotta move on.
Rejoice. Yep. So, but it was funny because she did say, but they hate each other, and almost everybody in the audience, there was like an upswell, and a bunch of people were like, "It's the point."
To lovers.
Enemies to lovers. Yeah, enemies to lovers, for sure.
Rey and Kylo Ren. Hello.
Yes. I have a guilty pleasure ship, and it's Reylo. Even though, yes, it's an extremely abusive relationship, it's not an ideal heteronormative relationship.
Adam Driver's hot.
Yes, I'm a lesbian, but there's a little bit where I look at Adam Driver and I'm like, that's a buff lesbian.
I mean, no person, they say no person's entirely straight and no person's entirally gay.
Yeah,
we're all just a little bit somewhere in between.
Yeah, and during Critical Role campaign 2, when all the lesbians were just head over heels for the Yasha and Bo, for the Bo Yasha ship. It was like a big thing in our community where we were talking about that ship, and everybody was just all over Bo Yasha, and we were trying to figure out, like, okay, like, I wonder if they're like pan or something
Yasha
like that.
from
Critical Role.
Oh, Yasha.
Yeah. So Beauregard and Yasha from Critical Role campaign 2.
Okay.
But that was just a lesbian ship. It was delightful. I'll send you some art and some tasteful art and some highlights. But Laura and Landa, by the way, Aiden Lionheart from Attack on Titan, Michiru and Sailor Neptune and Sailor Moon, which is awesome. I have all kinds of Sailor Moon stuff. I have a Sailor Moon throw blanket in the other room. Love Sailor Moon. Margaret, I didn't see Record of Grand Crest War, but I want to, because the Record of X Wars are all, to my understanding and to my knowledge, based on D&D campaigns. So I'm sorry if I'm saying this character's name wrong, Lauren. Margaret Odeus? I think it's Odeus? Margaret Odeus in Record of Grand Crest War. And Merlin, who she talked a lot about. She even was like, no love for Merlin? Come on!
Merlin is a bikini bitch. She's got like a cape and a bikini on, and that's all she wears.
So
Seven Deadly Sins is like super shonen. It's got like an anime pervert and everything. The anime pervert. It's the main character is an anime pervert.
That's
you know.
Right. Yeah, so
And
thumbs up or thumbs down, go watch it, question mark? Somewhere in the
I've
middle.
watched it.
Watch it for Merlin. Watch it for Merlin, because Lauren Landa
watch
said
it for those
that was
tits.
fun to play.
Those
Yes.
sweet anime tits.
Yes. I'm looking over my notes. Also supports McKenna. That was like in bold, circled several times, which was awesome.
Hell yeah. And we've got Attack on Titan hot take that they need to make a final season and make it actually be the final season instead of the final season again and the final season, but actually there's a movie.
And then the final season. No wait.
And the movie part 2 and the movie part 3 or some shit like stop. Don't you do this to us.
But wait, before we do the movie, we're gonna have another season 4, and we have just as many. We have just as many season 4s. We have just as many final seasons as there have been Attack on Titan seasons in general, which is interesting.
Half the show is the final season.
Yes.
No,
really,
wrong.
for real this time, though.
It's wrong.
For real this time. It's
but
actually
for real.
The final season.
Actually, there's a movie, but for real. Then it's over, maybe. Might make another movie. They're just milking it.
Yes.
They're milking this cow.
I like your hand motions.
This is what I imagine milking a cow looks like. Am I don't know if I'm accurate.
Well, that is an interesting and or awkward segue into the next thing that I have here in my notes, which is that Lauren Landa's side hustle is writing a romance novel. So depending on the content of that novel, that may or may not have been relevant. I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. But
that would be more like a this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't know what kind of, what kind of, maybe it's like a high fantasy, maybe there's anthropomorphic
there
lesbians,
could be,
or anthropomorphic
monster musume. All right, they got like cowgirls and that shit.
Yeah, or
I watched it for the plot though. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I read the manga actually for the plot.
Yes,
not for the tits, for the plot.
Yes. Hey, sometimes the plot's actually really good, but I'm looking forward to reading it whenever it's released. And also, one thing that she did talk about at the panel was the queer baiting in Sailor Moon, because that's a big problem. And the world, the networks, the anime networks. Hey, Rudolph, how are you? We're chatting about Anime Boston 2022. Rudolph is one of our community members as well.
Oh,
yeah, you can see. I think it's the same name in the Discord too. If you ever see them in there. So nice. Also, yeah, the queer baiting with and then Neptune and Sailor Jupiter, and then you have Sailor Uranus, and just all the queer baiting in the show was like.
But they're just best friends. They're best friends.
Best friends in bed for life.
They're BFFs, best friends in bed for life.
And I'm gonna type that out.
Just normal. Normal friendship in bed.
BFL.
Nude. Nothing weird. Typical, just girl stuff.
Best friends in bed for life. Yeah.
Just best friends in bed for life. Exactly.
It's me and my partner. We're just best friends in bed for life.
Isn't that the way you gotta be?
Yeah. Sometimes. Oh yeah.
BF.
Do you want to read your quote that I wrote down here that I quoted you on, where it says in bold beanie quote?
Yeah, because this cracked you up somehow, and
I loved
because
it.
Sailor Moon. Okay,
yeah.
like.
Mm-hmm.
It's an older anime. It's an older manga. And so, I mean, sometimes you get queer baiting, especially in those times, you get queer baiting, but sometimes you get queer baiting and sometimes you get revolutionary girl Utena.
Which is our perfect segue for my favorite panel. Best panel of the show.
I missed it. I'm so disappointed.
I'm disappointed in you. So I'm just going to rant about
I tried to go to it, but it was full. They wouldn't let me in.
Oh no! Really? Oh, that's right.
Like, I'll just sit on the floor. I don't need a chair. Can't I just stand in the back?
Well, shout out to our friends at Let's Overanalyze. I'll type that out. At Let's Overanalyze. I believe they have their own podcast, so you can check them out. So yeah, shout out to our friends at Let's Overanalyze. It was an amazing panel on the Thirsty Sword Lesbians in anime. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Hosted by Emma and Katie. I'm hoping it's Katie and not. I'm pretty sure it's Katie. I know sometimes it's Caddy, like Caddy Bree of Mithril Hall, which is a D&D reference, but I believe it's Emma and Katie. So it's by Emma and Katie of Let's Overanalyze. Lots of fun lesbian anime to talk about the girl prince archetype, but also the Takarazuka review, which I somehow missed when I was in Japan. Do you know anything about that?
You told me about it, that it's an all women, all lesbian troupe, right? Acting troupe.
I think the joke is that it's an all lesbian troupe, but I think by
all
reputation, most of them are queer. And none of them, to my understanding of what was happening in the panel, really debate that. It's kind of like the equivalent of theater kids, which is what they were saying. But I want to pause there for a second because you were going to say we still need to talk about something.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, Yurikuma Arashi, Lesbian Bear Storm.
Yes! Okay, fill me in on Lesbian Bear Storm.
I haven't watched it yet. We need to watch it. It looks fantastic.
Please.
We need Lesbian Bear Storm. Okay, yes. Keep going. Sword lesbian panel. Just side note, Lesbian Bear Storm. It's called Yurikuma Arashi in the Japanese. I guess we all need to watch it. I haven't even seen it. I'm like, it's probably great. It's by the same person who does Revolutionary Girl Utena and Mawaru Penguin Drum, so it's gonna be good. All right, Mawaru Penguin Drum. I've seen it like twice now. I want to watch it again, and it's just about penguins and stalkers and stuff. It's great. It's fun. You know, it's really fun and whimsical. Just penguins and stalkers and weird stuff. Don't worry about it.
So how much of Lesbian Bear Storm have you actually seen?
I've seen none of it. I've only seen like the trailer and stuff, and it just looks amazing. So let's
watch party in the Discord, please. Lesbian Bear Storm.
I have it downloaded. I'm ready.
My body is ready. I didn't know I needed it until we started talking about it.
I never knew I needed it either.
Yes.
Okay, so you were saying about the sword lesbian panel.
Yeah, so I was just listing their recommendations. So I put it in the chat. So Sword of Paros, Revolutionary Girl Utena, of course, which Nelly also got like a full-size movie poster for it, which she had framed, and it's awesome. Like, this is pure freaking art. Like, put it up on the front door, put it somewhere. It's amazing. And of course, review Starlight. I don't know why I said of course. I think that was just my natural way of continuing the conversation. I'd never seen review Starlight, but apparently it's very gay, and I want to see it. And then Lesbian Bear Storm. I almost just fell into that same trap once again. But there are 4 there that you can go check out, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, like you said, sometimes you get queer baiting and sometimes you get Revolutionary Girl Utena, which go see it, go watch it.
A beautiful rebirth.
So the thing about Revolutionary Girl Utena, which I learned at the con in the Let's Overanalyze Thirsty Sword Lesbians panel. So the creator of Sailor Moon wanted desperately to make this queer ship work, to make the lesbian romance work. And that was their big thing. And they were like, okay, this is like part of the whole point of this show. And the network was like, no, you can't do it. It's too queer, and we don't want to lose investors or money, or the audience isn't ready for it. So the creator took their content. I think they're non-binary. I think I've seen the pronouns used as he and they. I think maybe somebody said she, and they were like, yes, girl, talking about the creator. But I think
just
all
use
pronouns.
they.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
nice
they. I'm gonna use they. They is safer. So they, the creator of Sailor Moon, took their work and made Revolutionary Girl Utena, and that which was supposed to be Sailor Moon, and that's why if you look at the main characters, I think I have this written down here.
Yeah, they look like Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus.
Yes.
Right?
So
yeah.
Or
Utena is like Uranus. And oh my god, I'm forgetting her name. The other one.
Was it Neptune?
Neptune.
Yeah.
Looks like I forget her name.
Well,
oh my god.
Michiru?
The character in Revolutionary Girl Utena's her love interest is something with an
Hey, what are the main characters of the two girls from Revolutionary Girl Utena?
Oh, you mean
the two lesbians, our favorite sword lesbians.
Well, first one
Anthe.
Utena.
Yeah. What's the other one?
No,
Utena
It's
and
Anthe. It's Anthe.
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 Okay.
Or
Utena and
Anthe, I think. But anyway.
okay. All right.
I just looked up Utena and it came up.
Yeah, Utena and it's always the elusive second character.
Well,
Or it should have been Revolutionary Girls and then the two names of the characters. To avoid this awkward googling.
I haven't watched that.
I don't know why we didn't put that in the notes. That should have been the first thing we looked at. Whatever. We're moving on. We're chugging along. D&D-sekai. That was fun.
Oh,
So
yes.
we had to go to the D&D panel. Did you catch that one?
You didn't catch like any panels. It's
totally
terrible.
Because we're going to talk about the ones that we did go to. So D&D-sekai, that was fun. Matt Shipman, Brittany Lauda, Lauren Landa, fighting for their lives as their anime characters against
Hell yeah.
actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. That's it.
Literally Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
How old does that mean? Like 10?
Right, but that was the whole they were using Fantasy Grounds as a medium, which is cool because Fantasy Grounds is great. Even though I have sunk most of my money into Roll20 and I'll never get it back, and if I want to change platforms, I'm going to drop like $1,000. Lots of memes, of course. The memes had it. Lauren Landa was there, of course, again as Annie, and she rolled like 3 or 4 natural ones, which prompted, of course, the dad joke of Annie, "Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?" So, but finally, she got to transform into a Titan and crush actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf at the end. It was kind of cool. It was just like it was silly, goofy fun, and it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was fun. It was like a fun panel. At AAC, we talked about we had a D&D group therapy, which was like a modified D&D system. But I think at cons, you have to do a modified system or something a little loose. That's why I had in the queue on the waiting list this year my Powered by the Apocalypse Attack on Titan World panel, because that is super easy and super fluid, and anybody can just run it because there's no initiative, and you just kind of go up to the group of people and say, "Hey, what's your group doing?" They have like a 1-page PDF. Kind of like they had at D&D Group Therapy, which you can see. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Which you can see over on our YouTube channel on the VOD. We talk about that with Mr. Playwright himself, who was the host of D&D Group Therapy. But it was short, it was sweet, just like this, and you just kind of blow through the initiative and the story, and it's a quick little one shot, and it was cool to see the voice actors up there doing that kind of thing. So. That was
Sounds
fun.
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, more of that.
Next year, I'm gonna have to catch I'm gonna have to just stick to you like glue, so I can catch all the panels.
What we'll have to get you a. Well, we can apply it together because it was just me and I didn't have a co-host. As you know, I recruited you after Anime Boston. I'm like, "Hey, Beanie."
Yes.
You want to do a
slid
podcast
into my
on Anime
DMs.
Boston? Yeah. I am in need of a podcast co-host for this specifically, and you came through for me, so thank you. You're awesome for that. But moving forward, if you want to stick to me like glue next year, we can apply because they're seeing our podcast now. They're seeing our chemistry, and hopefully the two of us can go in there and just get some more first-hand material for next year. Since you go every year, right?
I do. Except for those 2 years I was in Korea. Couldn't go. I was too far.
Yes, but you had a valid excuse. And I've heard so much about
Wrong
Korea
country.
from you. Yes, very close, but still beautiful. So, what's the anime scene like in Korea? Is there an anime scene there? I know kind of their biggest cultural export, to my understanding, is Korean film. It seems like, because everybody that I know in the States that always talks about Korean culture, the first thing they go to is Korean film. But I'm curious to know, like, how popular is anime in Korea and how popular is cinema? Is it like an experience there? What's the general culture like? This is me from someone who's been to Japan but not to Korea, so I'm curious.
So with Korea, I would say, for one thing, K-pop is definitely bigger than their film.
Now, and that I will say, of course, because
I would say
K-pop's
that would be their biggest.
Do you like KDA? Never mind. Carry on.
So
like
with Korean anime, a lot of people don't really know this, but because history in America is not taught that well usually, but Japan actually occupied Korea for a very long time. and tried to set up basically Japan #2 over in
Right,
Korea, and it was
yeah.
very bad.
Yeah.
And
Long
I can
history
go
of that,
further
too.
into that, and it just gets worse. Okay, so I'm gonna spare you a little bit, but just look that up. It's terrible. What
Yeah, no, it
happened
goes
over
back
there.
to Toyotomi Hideyoshi and
Yeah.
his invasion of Korea when he tried
Yeah.
to conquer the country back sort of towards the latter periods of Sengoku Jidai, before
Yeah.
the country was actually
So
unified under Tokugawa.
yeah,
History major,
hell
and
yeah.
Asian studies. So that's why I just dropped a bunch of random knowledge out of a textbook. Carry on.
Anyway, so Korea nowadays still resents Japan. There's a lot of racism towards Japan.
Oh.
Had a lot of, and I grew up with a Japanese piano teacher who was from Japan, learning English as she was teaching me piano. So it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though.
And so anytime I would mention like, oh, I, have an interest in Japan and my piano teacher was Japanese growing up and I took piano for 12 years with this woman and she's like the greatest person I know, one of them, one of the greatest people I know. And people would be like, Japanese people are bad. And I'm like, well, I'm so sorry,
so
but
strange.
No.
Because we're all huge weebs over here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So in Korea, anime is kind of shunned a little bit. And so people, of course, like anime. Because, Japan, it's right there. So people, they hate Japan, but they love Japan. They hate anime, but they also secretly, a lot of them love anime.
Interesting.
So there's it's a very complicated relationship. And there's there was a One Piece cafe in Korea that got lots of tourism, lots of people would go to that. But at the same time, people are like, ew, anime. Oh, I don't like Japanese stuff. And then they're shopping at Daiso like every single day. So
right.
I'm like, how much do you just like they did a boycott of Japanese goods, but then they were still shopping at Daiso. I'm like, so are you really boycotting Japan, or are you just not going over there?
Well, I don't really have a good segue for the next part, but I want to talk about the Suzie Yeung press panel, because that was a big part of, that was my first official press panel for AB 2022. Suzie Yeung was a delight. Suzie, if you're seeing this, thank you so much for answering our questions from both myself over at ESP and our friends at Anime Zing Radio, so that's a plug for them. The co-host of Anime Zing Radio, Angie or Angela, I know that she goes by all three sometimes, will also be appearing in our Rise to the Centaurum Reclamation game on alternating Mondays starting July 25th, so there was kind of a nice little combination, a meeting of the minds there, if you will. So Anime Zing Radio, check them out. I'll type them in the chat so you can, if you like anime and you like
so many
podcasts. Yeah, of course. That's what we do. We pay it forward. Anime Zing Radio. You can check them out. And thank you for answering our questions, Suzie. Mostly it was just geeking out about Final Fantasy VII, because Suzie, for those of you who don't know, plays just a little old character by the name of Yuffie Kisaragi, and just a little small indie game called Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, the one that was in the works for 2 decades almost? That game, the one that I have a tattoo of. So I got the chance to show the tattoo, so that was cool. And between Suzie and myself and our 2 friends at Anime Zing Radio, most of the press panel, it was really cool. Suzie Yeung is also super chill. Most of it was just a conversation about Final Fantasy VII, the remake.
I mean, it looks beautiful, the remake. I haven't played it, but...
Have you played... Well, so it's technically intergrade. So it's Final Fantasy VII Remake intergrade, and then it's going to continue in the next expansion, or the next part, I should say, not an expansion. The next part of the story is going to feature, I'm assuming, more of Yuffie, because she's a recurring party member. Have you played any Final Fantasies?
I was a Nintendo kid growing up, so I didn't really play the Final Fantasies, but I did play Crystal Chronicles.
Ooh, okay. Is it a JRPG?
It's a JRPG. It's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Okay. Oh,
it's like a spin-off that they made for GameCube. Yeah, it's a cute little game.
I never played that or even picked it up.
I also
remember
played
hearing
Final
for something like
Fantasy
that, but-
Tactics and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. You know,
Those two I know, though I never played. I played a couple of Newgrounds rip-off versions of those two, which was a lot of fun. But
oh, Newgrounds.
do we?
A little bit.
I heard it last time I was on there. I was like, it's a little bit too far right for me, so I kind of skedaddled out of there a little quickly.
God damn it!
Yeah, I
Why
know.
They all gotta be
They're
like
gonna ruin everything.
They all gotta be Trumpsters and ruin it.
So, all right, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and also she plays Shalsha, which is a really interesting name to pronounce. Shalsha.
Yeah, Shalsha.
And I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. I haven't seen it. It's on my list. Have you seen it?
I've seen a few episodes. It's great. It's a lesbian harem anime.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
went ahead and
That's right.
downloaded it too.
Yeah.
I have my back alley animes that I am ready to watch at any time.
Okay,
I
so-
watched it on Crunchyroll though, okay? I watched it legally.
Well, Crunchyroll is pretty. I like that you can watch Crunchyroll with just the commercials rather than having to pay for the sub. Even
I
though
do
it's-
too, because like what is money? I don't have that.
Yeah, right. Even though it's really aggressive with the commercials, but so is Hulu, even when you do pay. So, all right. So, tell us about I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. And are you familiar with Shalsha? Is that a main character?
Shalsha I think is a minor character. I just know like the witch girl who's the main character, and then she meets like a dragon character
Oh my God,
girl.
twice. I should probably stop chugging this peach tea. Carry on.
And the main character is really funny. And the whole anime is pretty darn funny because it's just like this girl who she made money by just killing slimes because she was too lazy to do anything more than that.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
she ended up maxing out her level and she
mood.
didn't know this. And so she just shows up at one point and is like, wait, what? I'm level, 99. And everybody was like, what? Because she had never even checked her level or registered with her like adventure guild. And then all these adorable girls start showing up out of nowhere to challenge her, and then she beats them up, and then they join her harem, basically.
Okay, so lesbian harem, I'm in. I'm sold. Let's go. Another viewing party.
Exactly. I honestly, I hate the traditional male harem anime, but I am all for a lesbian harem anime.
Yeah, me too. Bring it on. Let's go. She also is in Galaxy Express 999, which is a really old anime that I thoroughly enjoy. I think it was one of the remakes of Galaxy Express 999, but
that would make sense.
The original Galaxy Express 999 I am a big fan of. So my next thing is to look up exactly which one that she was in, but the whole concept of the universe and the original Galaxy Express 999 is a lot of fun. Oh, Izelle. She plays Izelle in Galaxy Express 999.
Yes.
Eternal Fantasy. Eternal Fantasy is the one.
And she's also Attack on Titan.
Yes.
She's also an Attack
Lara Tiber.
Titan. I can't even speak anymore.
The Warhammer Titan.
Yes.
And Eula in Genshin Impact, which I don't play Genshin Impact,
I don't
but
play Genshin Impact either.
okay,
It's
I was going to
waifu
ask you that.
gacha. It's waifu gacha. That's what I know about it.
Waifu gacha.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Don't.
I'm gonna tell all of my friends who play Genshin Impact it's waifu gacha.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, isn't it?
I mean, that's what it seems like. I know. So, Disguised
I catch
Toast.
them all.
Disguised Toast had a great video, and the VOD clip was Twitch streamer plays Genshin Impact for the first time and starts wailing immediately. So our friend Disguised Toast played this game, and I say our friend like I actually have met them. Oh, but speaking of actual new friends,
Yes.
when I'm not just kind of kind of shouting out big community terms, actual friends, Rice Cup, who we met at. They are a old school RuneScape streamer. So we were at lunch and we just struck up a conversation about TwitchCon, and it just so happens that this person, because they were saying, oh, every once in a while, I'll get stopped at PAX East, and people would be like, or PAX or other gaming cons would be like, hey, Rice Cup, and I was like, hey, what do you do? And he was like, I do old school RuneScape, and I was like, cool, we do witchy D&D, and go to conventions and then talk about them for an hour, and to a very niche audience. And he was like, awesome, let's be friends. I was like, yeah, I love it. Love meeting new people. So
Man, you're so good at making friends.
I mean,
I
it's what I do. I
somebody
talk to
talks
people.
to me and I panic, and I'm just like, hi, okay, nice to meet you, bye.
I mean, you're
Immediate.
doing.
Like we haven't even said anything. Like, okay,
I mean, you're doing pretty good right now.
well, I know you.
Yeah.
I'm like a
Yes, you
cat.
do.
When I'm first approached, I don't know you, but then
Yeah.
I'm okay with people.
I like that. I don't know. That's delightful, which is a fun word to say also as well. That's like one of an Essy-ism. Delightful. So
Oh, it's
my
so delightful.
my friend Severn.
Like Lulu, she says
Yes.
delightify.
Ah, excellent. Okay, well now I want to play Lulu. Did you like my ara ara? The ah.
Oh,
It was
no.
accidental. Ah.
Oh, no, no.
So I don't
So,
know.
what's Suzie Yeung's side hustle?
Okay, side hustle. Streaming the characters that she voices, which
I think
is
that's the funniest
fucking
shit.
awesome.
That is the funniest shit. I love it.
So she was even describing sometimes where she would be streaming and people would not make the connection, and they'd be like, "Wow, you really sound like the character that you're voicing." And people would be like, "Oh, can you
what
say
a great
something?"
impression!
Yeah, and she would say
Ooh.
quotes, and eventually people would get it. But I think that's a great experiment to see. Yeah,
that is glorious.
and
If I were a voice actor, I would honestly start doing that. I don't think I would be smart enough to think to do that, but after hearing her, like, I'd jump on that bandwagon. More voice actors should do that, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and
I'm looking at you, Sungwon Cho.
Who is that for what do they play?
Oh, he voices all sorts of things. He's also
Okay,
a YouTuber.
Right. Oh, okay, cool.
But he voices a lot of like random obscure stuff too. But
so
if you know, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. So you'll have to fill me in and
I'll
catch me
send
up
you
on all this fun stuff.
He's a big YouTuber and stuff, so he's like got money and stuff.
Yeah, I don't have money. It's nice
I don't
to
have money either.
Yeah,
that's why I'm just looking at wigs and being like, I can't buy these, but I want to.
I know. It was. I was just saying before. I was like, my girlfriend bought dinner, and I can't be mad when she just chugs my drinks that I'm drinking and bullies me. And I'm like, but you bought dinner. It's okay. So I've been teasing her all night about like, oh, you bullied me at dinner. You were like, I drank all my
power move. What a power move.
But I love her. She's amazing. Speaking of lesbians and gay, I see an anecdote here that just says the more skin exposed, the more deadly, which I love.
That's what I learned from Kill la Kill, at least.
Okay, maybe well, no, because Genshin Impact, they have like they're really pretty tights, and the sort of what are what are you wearing on your arms? What are those called?
Arm warmers?
Sure, yeah, they all have like these really intense attire. So maybe
sleeves.
Maybe we're talking about Merlin.
I have no idea.
Which would be a callback to earlier. I don't know. That would be cool, because again, LL said that Lauren Landa said that she really liked playing Merlin as one of her favorite characters to play. So maybe it is the more skin exposed, the more deadly. Who knows? But that could apply to really
most anime.
Yeah, most anime girl.
I mean, look
protagonist.
At who is it? Yoko, who just wears like a bikini, the whole bikini and hot pants, and like two dudes, they kiss her and then they die immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's got a big gun. Definitely did not make me start sweating or anything,
I mean, I'm sweating right now, but
I actually am sweating.
It's also warm in here.
It's warm, yeah.
Yeah, but also because we're talking about ladies with poison lips and big guns. So
hell yeah.
And Yoko
she didn't even know
is
her
the
lips were poison.
Pink hair with the skull things, right?
No, that's Nun. Yoko is from Gurren Lagann, and she's got the red ponytail.
Is it red or pink? I might be colorblind.
Oh, I guess it's like a.
Sorry, I thought you were talking
red.
About.
I thought, yeah, I think it's red. It's like
Yokos.
a big ponytail, and
you said
she
big
does
gun,
have
so I thought it was the one from Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, she is from Gurren Lagann. Yeah.
I-
No, we're
I
talking
might-
about the same character. You're
Yeah,
just
I just
slightly
might be colorblind.
colorblind
Yeah,
a little bit.
the little
It's
skulls.
okay.
They got little skulls, right?
Yeah,
And
she's got like a
yeah.
little chopstick type of situation and
yep.
a skull hairpin. Yeah,
Lacquer
yeah, yeah.
chopsticks. I
Yeah.
learned that from Metal Gear Solid 2. They're lacquer chopsticks. Never
Yep.
won lacquer chopsticks. So, lava, lava live.
That was like my favorite panel was lava.
Okay.
Usually, we'll talk about it later, but usually it's the AMV contest. But this year, lava was really good. It was really good.
That was good. I've been kind of
Those-
stirring the
those
conversation.
goofy
So
guys.
yes, those goofy guys. All right, tell me about lava. What did you like? What did you love? It was fun. It was an
I
improv
mean,
show.
I mean, I love a good improv show. We all hate a
Mhm.
terrible improv show, but this was a good improv show. And oh my god, they had a lot of really funny games. I think the one that was the crowd pleaser was their finale where they put the dental expanders in their mouth that made them like this. And then they had to try to say phrases and get an audience member to recognize that.
Yeah. So the game I think is called
Open
What-
wide.
right. So the game, because you can actually go buy the game. I think it's called Watch Your Mouth.
Watch your mouth.
But I think yeah. 'Cause, like, so
what
you
they
can
call
buy,
it was open wide.
Right. Yeah. Open wide.
Yeah.
You can go to Target and you can buy that game where you put that. Yeah. You put the things. It's from an actual box board game that I believe is called Watch Your Mouth.
Hmm.
And they just took those things and they were using it in a bit for their show, which was awesome. And also, I love that the crowd collectively introduced Robbie Damon to hashtag Morbius Sweep.
Yes.
It's Morbid
It's
time.
Mormon time. Oh my god.
And
This is
he
the
was like,
funniest
"What?
part.
It's morphin time?" And it was like, the
No.
crowd, no.
It's
He's like, "What are
Mormon
you
time.
saying?"
Have you seen Morbius?
No, nobody's
Nobody's
actually seen Morbius.
Yeah, I haven't
Beanie.
seen it either. Nobody's seen it. It's a movie
Nobody-
that nobody's seen and everyone loves. It's the goat of movies that you don't even have to
Yes.
see.
Morbius.
Morbius.
I'll make a statement.
Okay.
Morbius is the movie of all time.
It
It
is.
has action. It has drama. It has cinematic sequences. It is the movie of 2022. It is
I would agree.
an experience.
That you've never had before. An
Correct.
experience
Yes.
that you have not had.
Well,
that
it's-
I've also
it
never
goes
had.
beyond just.
It transcends
Yes,
the theater.
absolutely.
It
There was-
transcends the theater.
There was one that it was like, I was reading the comments on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was one of them was Morbius saved my marriage and cured my cancer.
I've never seen this movie, but I know what
Yeah.
happened. I know that this is what happened.
Right. So
Oh my
Uh,
god. They
but-
also had a really funny the couples game. They're like, guess what? What this person's gonna say, you know?
yeah. Also, sidebar: go donate
my
to the
God.
American Cancer Society if you're looking to actually help
Mm.
a good cause. I've donated to them before. Serious anecdote here for a second. They're wonderful people and a wonderful charity. If you actually, not to make light of that situation, so if you actually do want to make a difference, then you can go donate to the American Cancer Society. I've done it before. They're super cool. They're super easy to work with, and maybe we'll do another one over there. But anyway, yes, go ahead. Carry on. Segue back.
Oh, the segue. Well, I was just going to say the couples game was really funny.
Oh
They were
yes.
just like, oh, definitely gonna break up after this, the 6-year couple or whatever.
There was it was so that game was
That
they
was
had
pretty
three
funny.
couples and then they would separate the couples and then they would
Yes.
say they're gonna need to guess your favorite waifu or husbando.
Yes.
That was one that stuck out to me. I can't remember the exact details of what was said, but it was good. It was funny. And I got
was
called
cackling, so
I got called a furry by Robbie Damon, which was awesome. Cool. Mission accomplished.
I would
was
faint. Would faint.
I was over in the press seating up front. Usually it's the top right. They didn't actually have press seating for that event. So I just
Mm.
went where we usually go, which is in the top right. And
Yes.
sat down and took some photos and a video of the intro, the song that they had, which was awesome.
Baller.
So yeah, they came out and actually did a whole song. It was great. A whole hip hop song. So that was cool. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen a Lava Show, go check it out. That was the day I was cosplaying Anka. So they were making jokes about furries, and I was just kind of hanging out and enjoying the show, and Robbie Damon came over and he's like, makes a joke about furries, and then points over. I say, as cat ears or fox ears are sitting right here in the front row. So, yeah.
Always nice
I
to
got
be
called a
called
furry
out.
by Robbie Damon, so cool. All right, mission accomplished. I feel
That's like
complete.
the start
Yeah.
of an autobiography. I got called a
I
furry
got called a furry by
Robbie
Robbie Damon. Yeah, I mean, and
Damon. Beginning
hey,
of the autobiography.
and here's the
Were you even
question:
alive before that?
are cat girls furries? That's the other thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I know Anka does have kind of, her ears are very fox-ish like, so
That's
easy
just
mistake.
like the Anime Crossing
Yeah,
style.
Anime
You know,
Cro-
they're very pointy.
So Anime Crossing would be a great crossover. So Animal Crossing
Did
as
I
an
call
anime.
it Anime
You
Crossing?
did call it Anime Crossing.
Honestly, that would be an amazing game that you just have like anime waifus and anime husbandos.
Yes, I hope people
Mostly
can't hear
just
me
anime waifus.
scratching my mosquito bites furiously through my jeans. We had a bonfire and
Okay.
and I'm like,
It's okay. I
So-
can't hear you, but
I don't know, sometimes this mic is overly sensitive. So that was the Lava Show. Cosplay Chess 2022, hosted by our good friend of the show, friend of the channel, Matt McKenna, aka King of the Con. So you can go at King of the Con. Just send it.
On-
I know you
on
can't find anybody.
Instagram, on
Twitch.
what? On
Instagram.
Twitter?
Instagram.
On Instagram. Oh,
Yep.
I should follow him too and be like, "Hey, I know you, sort of."
So, yes. So, our good friend Matt McKenna, and I only have one word to say about the cosplay chess this year, other than delightful, my Essy-ism. Egg! Egg! Egg!
Egg.
Gudetama, the one and only Gudetama, made it to almost at the very end of cosplay
Fought
chess.
valiantly.
Yes, yes. There were other characters really trying to scramble that egg or put Gudetama in a frying pan. Actually, there was one character that had a frying pan. I don't know if they're from Food Wars. I couldn't see. I don't know. It's hard for me to place cosplay sometimes. Might have not been from Food Wars. May have been from Food Wars. I don't know. But yeah,
Gudetama is just Gudetama, though.
egg, beanie, egg. So, I thoroughly enjoyed cosplay chess. It was great fun. Verdict, easy. This is an easy one. Cosplay chess was great.
I mean, it always is.
So,
Fan favorite for a reason.
did you go to any panels or events that we didn't talk about that you want to talk about?
I mean, we gotta talk AMV contest, and
That's
I
next on the
just
list.
want to, and I gotta mention before we go there. Okay,
Here we
I know
go.
that what
'Cause
happened.
we don't agree on this one. This is
I
going
know
to be
what
very
happened.
divisive.
Oh no! This is before that. Before we go to that topic, okay?
Mhm,
Suspense,
mhm,
everyone.
Mhm,
AMV contest,
mhm, mhm.
and we
The
know
real
that
hot take,
that guy with green screen won.
as he
And
should have.
my belief is contemporary dog was the winner that that deserved it, but we didn't deserve contemporary dog. Okay, we as a collective didn't deserve contemporary dog, and that's why they didn't win. We have to earn contemporary dog. Okay.
Well, contemporary dog was again delightful because it
masterpiece.
was. I wouldn't quite
A
call it a
masterpiece.
masterwork.
I would call it a masterpiece. But
I mean,
continue.
adorable, adorable corgis, right?
Goat.
You can't go wrong with adorable corgis. And adorable corgis in anime, everybody loves Ein, right? So, but an AMV or
They made
visual
Chitanda
art,
Eru? Yeah, Chitanda. They made Chitanda a dog. They just replaced her face with dog face. And you haven't seen, what is that anime called? Anyway, you haven't seen that anime, so it's fine. It's fine.
well, guy with green screen. So I got fired, fell asleep on the couch, and woke up in an anime. So one of my favorite songs is Gloria by the Midnight.
Kyoka.
Also Gloria by the Midnight. And
Gloria by the Midnight.
it's a song about overcoming depression and just enjoying life. So I thought that it was fitting to see like all this old anime that was old school when I first got into it, and then some newer ones, and going through the timeline, and then Galaxy Express 999. To me, it was just...
He got you with the nostalgia card.
He got me with the nostalgia, but also there were some new animes in there too. Attack on Titan was in there, which was the funny, the comic relief in the middle. But AMVs and visual art is supposed to make you feel something.
Contemporary Dog made me feel.
You know what? You've got a point. I seed.
I feel this strongly about it.
We both have our very strong opinions. We both.
Yes. I'm not saying your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying
your opinion is wrong and you should feel bad.
I am saying that your opinion is wrong and you should feel bad. However, I'm not saying I don't respect you or that I don't respect your opinion. I respect your opinion. It's just wrong and you should feel bad.
I can make a heart. Yeah, there we go.
But I respect you.
Likewise.
You're allowed to have wrong opinions. It's okay.
Amazing. Amazing. You are so much fun. You're one of my favorite people. So thank you for coming on the show. And
it's been delightful.
Yes, making me smile. See, you're using more Essy-isms already.
I did it on purpose.
Hey. So, geez, I don't think I have anything else to say about Anime Boston 2022 other than what a great return from the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
I know.
It was sorely needed.
I mean, I have one more thing to say about Anime Boston 2022.
What you got, Beanie?
I got Anime Boston, I'll see you in 2023. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Same.
That's it.
I was waiting for like a world-shattering joke or a pun of some kind.
No, it's just see
you.
So see you next year.
Yes, we'll see you next year. And you're gonna win.
And I'm gonna win
that 18+ competition.
Hell yeah.
It'll be real cafe after dark.
It will be an after dark coffee club.
With BababaBeanie, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I know that's confusing. I just rebranded to After Dark Coffee Club. It sounds more nefarious, I think.
Yes, I love it. And BababaBeanie can be like you.
No, that is.
Like,
I'm Beanie.
And then it's your coffee club.
I'm a coffee bean now. I've transcended from jelly bean to coffee bean.
And then the OG fans can say, it's BababaBeanie of the After Dark Coffee Club, but it's After Dark Coffee Club. And you
can join the After Dark Coffee Club on Instagram, on Twitch. I have t-shirts now. Many of them are gay. And I've got what else? Tumblr. And technically a Twitter that I don't use. But mostly Instagram and Twitch, okay? Come join the coffee club. The After Dark Coffee Club. All one word.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Hell yeah. Join me on Twitch, join me on Instagram. We have fun. I stream mostly on Fridays, but also during other days. And, we just have a fun time.
And I have the Instagram up here.
And Essy, you are welcome to join whenever you want, because I have special guests sometimes. So you hit me up whenever you want to join the coffee club.
I would. Oh, is it like a podcast format as well?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah. Hey, if you ever want to
It's in its early days. It can transform. I don't have any.
I'm always open for future collaboration, so let me know.
Hell yeah.
Keep me updated.
I keep saying hell yeah. I don't know. I don't usually say that often, but today's a hell yeah kind of day.
We've got isms. My favorite of these. Hang on, let me find it. Not the queer baiting one. The more skin exposed, the more deadly. That's my favorite.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes if you want to murder someone with a katana,
you just gotta
strip down into a battle bikini. Yeah. And
without your battle bikini.
Yes, battle bikinis. Battle bikinis are the new thing, and they're coming back in 2023, right? Deadly battle bikinis. Let's go. We're reclaiming it.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I think battle bikinis are for everyone.
That too. Okay? Yes. Women, men, NBs. If you want to rock it, But I would say battle bikinis for all. And just go nuts. Yeah, just battle bikinis for everyone. I like that. Let's go with that. Hashtag battle bikinis for all. We'll make some with like some bear references on them, right? And then we'll make some with the non-binary pride flag, and then we'll just have your other high femme bikinis, with some little dainty little
some
spikes.
Ruffles.
Yeah, some ruffles, some spikes.
With the spikes.
Yep, and
ruffles
then some
and spikes.
Yep, kind of like a
singular like chest
Yeah.
plate thing that goes across that doesn't help for
Yep.
anything.
Like
Maybe
have,
some
like, two
belts.
skulls, right? For the
some
the
skull.
breast clamp.
Skull boobs.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, totally.
And then you just wear like a
I
bunch
would
of
wear that.
belts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I love it.
Hashtag battle bikinis for freedom. Let's go. All right, so I think that's all we got.
I love it. Anime Boston,
yes.
phenomenal.
Yeah. And stay tuned for our charity stream. Speaking of empowerment and femme and or women and or birthing person empowerment, we're going to do a Thirsty Sword Lesbians charity stream, TBD, sometime in August, where we're going to be donating to ActBlue, to the National Abortion Fund Resource Center, but the National Abortion Fund, and then also to GLAAD. So check us out sometime in August for that. Speaking of hashtag empowerment. So all that good stuff to come and to be announced. So stay tuned for that. This Saturday, which is the 2nd of July, we're going to be having our Heaven's Fire stream as planned. So catch us there at 9 p.m. right here on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ESPDND. And after that, on the 25th of July, is our very first Rise of the Centauran Reclamation campaign featuring MCDM's Kingdoms in Warfare. So check us out for that stuff. And if you want to come hang out and play, hang out and vibe with an interactive D&D stream, 850 channel points get you a tarot card pull. It directly influences the game, both of them. Come hang out, be gay, do crime, and anything else you want to add, Beanie?
I'm good.
Cool. All right. Well, be gay, do crime, part 2, and until next time, peace out, witches, and we will see you at Anime Boston 2023.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks
everybody.
for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks everybody for coming to hang out, and thanks for coming on the show. All right. Bye.